Come on, Kenner. I just saw it leave the garage in the cartoon, yet I can't do it here. Would it have killed you to make the door 6 inches taller? Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and for this episode of Behind the Mask, I wanted to explore something that was a little different than talking about M.A.S.K itself or talking about, anything retro in general. And it has to do with the fact that I'm going to be doing a live feed of, depending on when I release this, of my office at home, where my collection is. You can see it behind me here, and yeah. Why do I collect what I collect? Why do you collect what you collect? It's a good question, isn't it? And I mean, I've read a lot of different things that collecting things is good for uh, depression, anxiety, uh, things like that. Just kind of like, or to help with old memories, to preserve those memories, to just, I mean, to show off. Like, hey, look at all my stuff. As humans, we are. Hey, look, I have the most stuff. I'm the best, right? Is that what it comes down to? No, it shouldn't really. It should be about what you want and what you want to collect and what you have. You could collect shoes, words. You can collect likes on a Facebook post. If you're a political advocate, you could collect people that share your same views. There's all kinds of things you can collect. Tangible, not tangible. It's all hearsay. But collecting things is I mean, it's been around forever, right? So what what makes what makes me collect what I collect? I can safely say that as a child, I collected things, but I didn't appreciate them. And I'm going to tell you a horror story right now that um, it's funny and it's not funny at the same time. So I my parents treated my brother and I very well when we were younger. They set aside everything for themselves and focused their entire lives on us, and for that, my brother and I will be eternally grateful for the rest of our lives. And part of that was that we were both boys and wanted, you know, toys, action figures. Um, Masters of the Universe was a big thing for us. Mask, superpowers, Voltron, and I remember. So my brother and I didn't, and my parents didn't either. Like they didn't know 30 years from then, uh, these things would be collectible and worth money. It doesn't register. It's it's not something you think about. So my brother and I would we had this really nice backyard and we would play with like the Masters line out in the backyard all the time. And the they were stored in a trash can and you can kind of see where the story's going. So I don't want to. I don't want to depress anybody, but some were lost. Um, but that did I? It didn't even like really register at the time. But then as I remembered the story when I was older, I'm like, damn, what did I have in there? What did we lose that I didn't have to rebuy, or maybe I could have sold off if I didn't have a strong attachment to it to add on to other portions of my collection. For you to help collect what you want to collect. It just kind of makes you think. Um, but I for a long time I didn't collect toys. I didn't recollect my youth. I collected hockey jerseys. If I know there's at least one fan of the page that I went to high school with, he can attest to this. If he's going to watch this or listen to it, um, I had a hockey jersey for almost every team in the league except for the teams I hated: the Penguins, the Devils. At the time, the Red Wings because they beat the Flyers, and a couple other teams here and there. But there was a store called Value City, and since I was playing hockey all the time, they had jerseys for like $20, full, and they weren't the ones you get on like the cheap China websites now. They were full blown jerseys, starter at the time, which was a sponsor for the NHL. So it was really cool. That's what I collected for a long time. And then um, when I started getting into computers a little bit more, that's where my collecting started to come back. I I've told this story a few times, but basically my my fascination for computers kind of came in a two-part process where I took apart our original computer when we first got it and I put it back together and it still worked. That was miraculous. But then I started taking a liking to the internet, as all of us do now. But at the time, I couldn't find anything about M.A.S.K. I had found my original Matt-Trakker figure, which is actually no, I gave that one to my mother. Um, my mom has that one, but when I found it, I was like, oh, M.A.S.K. Let me look this up, and there was only one website. It was Albert Pinello. I always think I get that wrong, but I hope I don't. Um, and it didn't really have what I was looking for. It had a lot of information, but it wasn't it wasn't interactive. It wasn't, I don't know. It was missing something. And for me, I collected information regrettably through like eBay because I didn't own everything at the time. So I would take pictures from eBay and kind of I would collect the pictures. And that's how I started recollecting anything really. I started collecting images and information of M.A.S.K. to preserve it and then convey it to everybody. And then it turned into, well, why don't I buy the stuff too? It was a very slow process, um, not a lot of money, and you just look for the right deals at the right time. I got lucky with a lot of stuff. Nowadays it's harder, but that's how it all kind of came back for me, and I can I can kind of pan over a little bit, and you can kind of see um, what I have going on. I'll see if I can pan up here real quick, so you can kind of see some more stuff up there, and then oh, I got some down animated series figures there, but you can see like I have different things here, and we'll go over more of this when I do my live feed of my office. But um, it, at some point in my lifetime, I was hoping, well, I'm still hoping to, pass this along to my children to take on the things that mean a lot to me to pass on to them. Um, take it out of the glass case and hand it over to them. Um, my father, brother, and I collected hockey cards. Um, as you all know, the collectible card market plummeted years ago, but there's still some that are worth some money. And that was some of the most fun I've ever had, like going out and buying, trying to find something that was like collectible with my father and my brother. Um, and I get the same sensation like when I look on eBay, or if I go to a place like RetroCon or a flea market or something along those lines, and I find a deal of something that I'm looking for. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to preserve something to hopefully pass on. And for me, that's that's the main thing. I enjoy it now. It's a hobby, but passing it on at some point um, will be a great thing to be able to do. So, what does collecting mean to you? Does it is it a status symbol? Is it preservation? Is it are you looking to find something at a good deal and trying to make a profit? There's nothing wrong with that. Um, I know a lot of people don't like people that do that, but that's the world we live in. What does it mean to you? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and hopefully my thoughts make sense because they make sense to me. And whatever you say to me will make sense because it means something to you. Um, and I hope that your collecting will go on, and I hope that it'll provide you joy. I hope it'll provide you with profits. I hope it'll provide you with something you can pass on to your children or to your brother or your sister, spouse, whatever it means. It's perfect because it means something to you. And with this episode, I'm going to end it there. Not a lot of flashy things going on here, but um, I just wanted to talk about it for a few minutes. But I'll see you guys next time. This is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and thanks for watching.